Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you to Madam ALEESYA and Madam JULIANA for attending this meeting. So we are the representative student from AHID who want to express the difficulties in online learning. So we would like to negotiate regarding the implementing face-to-face class for the next semester.
Waalaikumsalam. Actually, we have our reason as to why we are not conducting face-to-face classes. But before that, may I know the reason behind your offer of negotiation?
If your reasons are good enough, we might just allow it. You may start your negotiation now.
Okay, thank you, Madam ALEESYA and Madam JULIANA. So allow me to explain the main reason why we need face-to-face classes. So we already made a survey from AHID students, and most of them which is about 80% of students request to have a face-to-face classes. The reason is because they have a bad internet connection, and some of us has a limited data. So students who are staying in rural area are more prone towards bad internet service. There are also those who have a very limited data, including me. And the ongoing online classes have caused us to spend a lot of money to buy internet data subscription, which may be quite costly for those who are from families with a financial constraint.
Yes, Amira, I agree with you. Moreover, in the survey, it was stated that most of the students like sleeping during learning seasons, especially in online classes. Some students tend to oversleep as they tend to do their assignments late at night. This has affected students' ability us to focus during the online class, the online learning classes. But other than that, students have been too comfortable during online classes as lecturers are unaware of what they do during the classes. I think this is because most students tend to have their videos off throughout the class. So they are more inclined in doing other things such as scrolling through TikTok or watching movies.
Yes, I agree with Alia's statement, and not just that. Due to the continuous of online class sessions, students do not have as much movement as they do when attending physical classes. This has led to breakage due to sitting for long hours, and also online classes have caused eye strain problems among students due to the long duration of looking at their laptops and handphones. This condition would worsen when the students do their assignments late at night.
Well, however, the tendency of students to complete their assignments late at night has been the norm for many years. So how is it different from online class situation?
Yes, yes, you are right. I agree with that statement. However, with the implementation of online classes, students would have to face their laptop screen for much longer period of times, sometimes as long as in the morning until the evening, especially when they have all day, when they have classes all day. And also they have to spend much longer period of time at night when they are completing their assignments.
Yes, I agree with you. We as lecturers and staff also face similar situation as the students.
And furthermore, for me and for us, attending online classes at home is very different from physical classes at AHID. At home, we are expected to fulfill a certain obligation towards our family, such as cleaning the house, helping our parents, and taking care of our younger siblings. So this situation will affect our study as well have difficulties in managing our time for study purpose and family time.
Due to the lack of time management of our studies, some students have been dealing with stress, anxiety, as well as suffering from depression. As we are aware of the current situation of MCO, some students also have been too stressed out to the point that they have taken the decision to end their life rather than dealing with their problems. Someone I know also have been through similar problems. They have even skipped their online classes because they are unable to cope with the stress that comes with it.
Oh dear. I'm so sorry. We are unaware that the situation is this bad. We did not know that the students have been dealing with so many problems during this time. Well, no one actually reached out to us regarding their struggles with online classes.
Yes, Madam Ju, the problem faced by the students are very serious and have been worsening with time. Lastly, we have issues regarding the group assignments. This is due to the communication constraint among the group members. The pandemic COVID-19 has caused many families to struggle in terms of finance. So some students have taken the initiative of taking up some part-time jobs. In other times, some students are unable to attend group discussion due to personal issues such as not having free time to attend group discussion and internet connection problems, which have been highlighted by AMIRA.
Alright, so I think that's all the point that we can highlight for the negotiation regarding this issue. Thank you.
Okay, I see that many of you have been facing many issues regarding the online classes. However, we have our own reason as to why we do not allow students to attend physical classes. As you all aware, the number of COVID-19 infection have been increasing day by day. The reason for online classes is to stop the spread of COVID-19.
Yes, it's not that we do not want to conduct and we want to conduct online classes, it's just that we cannot. But the increasing number of COVID-19 infections right now proves that we have yet to defeat this virus. Thus, we cannot allow students to attend classes at IHIPS as we are trying our best to prevent the number of cases from increasing at UTM.
Yes, we also can't afford to risk the staff member working at UTM. I'm sure, as you all know, we have many lecturers as well as staff that are considered high risk of contracting COVID-19. This deadly virus is often more severe among elderly people, which is those above the age of 60 years old. Besides that, elderly people are more prone to health issues like diabetes, heart disease, and weak lungs, and many more which has affected their immune system, causing them to suffer more serious effect when they contract the virus.
Besides that, we are not allowed to open up our faculties for students as we have to adhere to the SOP implemented by government. It is predictable that if we were to allow students to come back to UTM, they would not adhere to the strict SOPs we have placed. Moreover, due to the large area of the university, it is difficult for our staff members to observe every student to ensure that they comply with the SOP. And besides that, students who are living at their college dorm are more prone to not even complying to the SOP. We can already imagine students visiting their friends who they have not seen for a long time at their dorms, chatting together in a group and having sleepovers. So we cannot risk such situations from happening, as it would definitely cause more trouble for the university as well as the students if a widespread infection were to happen. The whole UTM would have to undergo lockdown.
These are the reasons as to why we cannot allow students to come back to the university. We are truly sorry if this method of learning has been very difficult for you students. But believe me, lecturers have also been asking the university regarding implementation of physical classes. However, we cannot promise a certain date and time in the future as to when we can allow students to re-enter UTM. All we can say is we are confident that when the number of cases have gone down to a single digit, we will welcome all our students and staff to our university.
However, we are open to any other suggestions as to how we can solve some of the problems faced by the students. If they are reasonable, we might actually be able to discuss them with the higher ups at UTM.
If so, Madam Juliana and Madam ALEESYA, I would like to discuss the issue regarding the increase of cases in UTM. Since not everyone has a problem with the online learning, it will be reasonable to only allow students that have been facing difficulties, which we have highlighted before, to enter the UTM only to stay at the dorm. As we are aware of, each dorm provides their students with free Wi-Fi. This would help solve the internet problem faced by us, by the students. Besides that, students would be able to focus on their studies even more, as they do not have to worry about helping out with their family members.
Yes, we may be able to allow students to come back to UTM just to stay at the college dorm. However, what if these students do not comply with SOP? That would cause the whole college to undergo lockdown if even one positive case was reported. So, besides that, for students who only need help in terms of internet data, the university might be able to help them, because we have so many telco companies that are involved in CSR activities. So, UTM might actually be able to collaborate with one of them in order to get free data subscription for the students. I'm sorry, Amira, I cannot hear you.
Wow, that sounds great. So I'm sure it will be a huge help for many students. However, I understand you are worried regarding the increasing of infection among students. Therefore, I suggest that UTM should only allow students that have been vaccinated with 2 doses, as well as undergoing a quarantine of 2 weeks before letting them stay at the college. So this will definitely help to reduce the risk of COVID-19 infection from the increasing at the UTM.
I see. But we are forgetting one thing. The vaccines are not 100% effective in fighting the virus. Even vaccinated students could still be at risk of contracting the virus if they do not follow the SOP stated by the government.
I agree that adhering to SOP goes hand in hand with the vaccination status of students in order to avoid risk of infection of UTM. Therefore, I would like to present a suggestion and how we can ensure that students comply with the SOP. So in my opinion, the effective way would be to involve the students themselves. So we can create a committee that will be responsible to ensure students adhere to SOP. Besides, we can also have a section in the UTM Smart app, because I believe every students have downloaded the UTM Smart app. So we can have the section where the students can help the committee to identify which students have not been complying with the SOP. So the students can help by submitting evidence in the form of picture. In return, the committee could maybe award the students that help, because the students has helped them to find this, any students that did not comply with the SOP. So maybe the committee can award the students that helped them using merit points, and the students that did not adhere to SOP maybe could be given a warning letter.
Oh wow, that seems like a good idea. We will discuss those ideas with the administration office of UTM. I'm sure it will be helpful once we are open for face-to-face class in the future. Besides, I would like to suggest a rotating schedule for the student to have face-to-face classes. This suggestion can avoid crowds gathering in one place. However, this decision is not up to us. It is up to the government as well as the parties involved in the administration of UTM. Thus, we cannot promise that any decision will be taken anytime soon. Either way, we can only sit tight and wait.
Oh, I see. I understand. Alright, so we are willing to wait for any information from UTM and the government. Anyway, the rotating schedule seemed like a good idea because students still can go to face classes even if it is not every day. So, however, we would like to know if our opinion will be heard and considered when the time comes.
Yes, we would discuss all of your ideas during the meeting that will be held for when we are going to open up UTM for the public. However, we need to come to a mutual agreement before submitting any ideas in the meeting. This will ensure that both parties get what they want. Therefore, I would like to suggest that students coming into UTM to stay at their respective dorms are required to get their booster shots first. This extra step would actually help convince any parties that may have any doubts regarding the opening of UTM.
Yes, I totally agree with you, Madam Juliana. Since the COVID has some new variants, so many like Delta, Omicron, and the latest is, if I'm not mistaken, is IHU that since sounds like I love you, but never mind, that has been detected in France. And I think it is highly encouraged for us to take a booster to increase and strengthen our body's immune defenses and our safety. We all know that the Omicron virus has been detected in our country Malaysia. So I think taking a booster is like a compulsory for the students as well as the UTM staff to act as a precaution and help to reduce the spread of COVID-19 diseases.
Hmm, couldn't agree more, but we still need to follow the SOP even if all of us had completed our booster.
Yes, because following the SOP covers all parts, including taking vaccines, wearing masks, keeping our distance to both parties, regardless of students or lecturers.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yes, agree.
Well, we will take these ideas and present them in the appropriate meeting, especially the main point of following the SOP to the relevant parties involved. I think that this concludes our discussion regarding this issue today. So, thank you for highlighting your concerns with us, and I wish that you would stay safe and take care.
Thank you, Madam Juliana and Madam Alicia.
Thank you,
Thank you, Madam.
Madam.
Welcome.